Hi everybody! Winter weather is back and you know what that means. Time to get creative with your indoor training. Whether you're trying to stay motivated or just avoiding freezing outside, I've got a solution that involves two of your favorite gadgets, your Apple Watch and iPhone. That's right, you can turn your living room into a workout heaven just by using those two devices and the Zwift app. In this video, I will show you how to train on Zwift, no matter what kind of bike you have, whether it's an old exercise bike, a spin bike, or even a dumb trainer. And the best part? No fancy sensors needed. Just your trusty Apple Watch and iPhone, along with one more device like an iPad, Mac, Apple TV, or even a Windows PC. Easy, right? So let's jump in and get your heart and your Apple Watch pumping. Let's get started with what you need. First tip, don't forget the towel. Trust me, you will look like you just ran a marathon by the end of your ride. And for the love of all things sweat related, use a fan. Without one, you will be overheating faster than you can say indoor training, and might just sweat enough to hydrate a small plant. Don't say I didn't warn you. And don't worry about fancy mats. If you've got a yoga mat lying around, that works. As I told you previously, the solution I suggest here in this video is compatible with any bike, without having to mount any sensor on the bike. This means that you can even use this when you go to your local gym club. Here I have a smart trainer, but I will use it as a dumb trainer without connection to Zwift. Now, here is where things get interesting. We are going to use your heart rate to compute your power on Zwift. Yes, your heart, because it brings oxygen to your muscles. The harder you push on the pedal, the more oxygen you need, and your heart will beat faster. So, there is a correlation between heart rate and power. The magic happens through the Apple Watch, which, fun fact, is currently the most accurate smartwatch for heart rate monitoring. I tested this watch on a road bike doing high intensity intervals, and it has an outstanding accuracy of 2%. So, good news, no extra sensors needed. On your phone, you need to get the app HR2VP. You can find it on the App Store. It will install an app both on your Apple Watch and on your iPhone.
On your phone, open the app and grant all permissions when asked. You can create an account if you want to pair HR2VP directly to Strava or access your training logs, but this is not mandatory. In the settings, click on the top right settings tab and check that BLE broadcasting is activated. On this screen, you have a slider. I suggest first that you let the power values as accurate, but in case you find that power fluctuates too much to your taste, you can put the slider closer to smooth. Power estimation will be less responsive to heart rate variations, but it will remain more stable. Now, go back to the Account tab. Here you can enter your own parameters in order to get more accurate power estimation. Start with entering your minimum heart rate, which corresponds to when you are sitting in a relaxed position, but not when you sleep. The maximum heart rate is the value that you can achieve for real with your Apple Watch. Do not use theoretical values based on your age.
Getting the highest HR value is easy, and in case you are able to go over your past best during a ride, you can increase the value afterwards. For a given HR value, the power output will not be the same between a casual rider and an elite athlete. This is why it is possible to enter your own level in HR2VP with the FTP parameter. The FTP stands for Functional Threshold Power and corresponds to the maximum wattage that you can sustain during 1 hour. If you want to know more about this topic, I plan to make a specific video in the coming weeks. So I invite you to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the button at the right bottom of the screen. Today, my advice would be to keep the default value if you don't train regularly, to set 250 watts if you train 3 to 5 times per week, and 300 watts if you do high-level competition or if you are above 80 kilograms. The speed in Zwift tends to be faster than what you get in real life, but you can use this FTP parameter in order to manage your average speed on Zwift. Now that almost everything is set up on your phone, you can start an activity in HR2VP on your Apple Watch.
Start the app. Grant all permissions. And click on the bike button to start broadcasting heart rate to the phone app.
Now, before we get too far, let's address the cost. HR2VP is around $3.50 a month or $32 for lifetime access. You have many more features such as connection to bike trainers, structured workouts, uploads to Strava, GPS tracking, connection to Garmin Edge GPS. It is a small price to pay for a year of research and development, plus it is less than what you spend on a coffee in a month. So totally worth it. Now, let's start the workout on your phone. Be sure that you selected None or Apple Watch as a sensor, and don't try to pair with Bluetooth. Have a look on the screen and check that the heart rate is displayed correctly from your Apple Watch. Now, let the screen of your iPhone on and go on the Zwift side. Open Zwift and go to the pairing screen. If you have a device which is not an Android device, it is better, because iOS and Android are not always friends. Those two have a Bluetooth relationship about as smooth as cats and water. If you are, for example, on a Mac, like I am doing now, use the Bluetooth direct connection from Mac. Don't try to pair through the phone because your iPhone is already broadcasting over Bluetooth, and devices should be different according to the Bluetooth core specification. Once your devices are paired, both for power and heart rate, you are ready to Zwift. During the ride, there are a few tips that can help you improve your experience. First, you need to anticipate. When you push harder on the pedals, your heart needs some time to react. This is why there is a small delay before your wattage gets higher in Zwift. If you are, for example, in a group and want to stay in the group, what you can do is increasing your effort short before an uphill.
If you want even more control, you can connect a cadence sensor to HR2VP, and in this case, cadence will be taken into account for power estimation. The higher the cadence, the higher the wattage, so don't change resistance too often if you are, for example, on a spin bike. Cadence sensor is not mandatory, but if you have one and can put it on your bike, you will have a better control of your power output in Zwift.
Here, I took Zwift as an example, because it is the most famous indoor cycling app out there. But there are many other options, such as MyWhoosh, Rovi, Trainer Road, Full Gas, IndyVelo. Let me know in the comments which app you think takes the crown, and tell me why. I didn't try all applications, but since HR2VP is using the standard Bluetooth Low Energy Power profile, all applications which are compatible with this standard should be compatible with HR2VP. By the way, did you know that Zwift lets you run for free? Yeah, I said it, free. In HR2VP, if you select the running mode in the settings, the power estimation will be converted into running speed, taking into account your weight. This means that you can run with your watch, iPhone and Mac, iPad or Apple TV without extra fitness hardware. Here, I just put something in front of me, like a step. If you don't want to invest in a treadmill because it takes too much space, the Moon Run is an interesting alternative. I put the link in the description. And that's it for today. Whether you've got the latest smart bike or an old spin bike that's been gathering dust since the 90s, Zwift and HR2VP can help you stay in shape all winter. If you have any questions or tips of your own, drop them in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch my next video on how to calibrate HR2VP. Thanks for hanging out with me and see you in the next one.